Hi, I'm Dan.
I'm Can.
And this is A Pebble, a weekly podcast, short form, presented by Candy, introducing interesting topics and discussion points in which we elaborate. This week's forum is brought to you by the Apostate AF Coffee. Because nothing says I've left the flock like a French rose strong enough to resurrect your will to live. Brewed for the spiritually exhausted, roasted for the morally liberated, and caffeinated enough to fuel your next existential crisis. No guilt, no grace, just damn good coffee. Apostate AF. Wake the hell up.
Where can I buy it?
Aldi.
Aldi. Not Aldi's, as you guys have always... That's so funny how that went through our family.
Mm-hmm. You know what used to mess me up?
What?
When I started dating you and your little friend group you had, they'd be like, we're going to go get some McDonald's.
Okay.
It didn't make sense to me at the time.
Get some McDonald's.
Yeah.
Let's go to McDonald's.
That would make sense to me. But they were like, I had me a McDonald's tonight.
I had me a McDonald's. I don't remember this.
And there's some people that say it that way like that.
Yeah.
And it throws me for a loop.
I had some McDonald's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of I had McDonald's?
Or they'd be like, I had a McDonald's today.
I've never heard anybody say that.
Yeah, I have.
I think you're making
You're
this
not
up.
paying attention enough.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I had a McDonald's today.
You're busy going, I wonder how my oregano's doing out back.
My little babies. Don't make fun of them. My oregano's actually growing pretty good. My basil's growing really good.
Yeah.
So I got those down.
The clematis is coming up very nice. It's flowering already.
It is flowering. One side. The other side, the one on the other side, it's just weaker.
That one's been struggling.
I don't know why.
It's a little behind the other one.
But it's also weaker leaves. It's a weaker plant. And I don't know what it needs.
It
needs something. The environment's not, the sun is different on that side. But I don't think that's what it is.
Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll catch up.
Eventually?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what do you have for me tonight?
Well, I just asked Chat.
No, we're not doing that.
Don't do what I just did in the podcast that's feature, so it looks like you did that first. No.
That's how it works. I get the upper hand.
We just recorded what podcast episode? Well, you don't have to say the number, but hey, we recorded one where I go, He's only doing that to me because I did it to him.
Let's be honest, folks. You'll forget about that by the time it comes out, and you'll think, "Oh, he's so clever."
Be like, she's just copying him.
I remember when Dan used to do that.
Huh?
I remember when Dan used to do that. It was cute back then. Now it's just annoying. Then Candy does it.
And we got it from King of Queens.
No, that was.
Yeah. If she does this,
Yeah.
she'll do that. Though I loved that show. I don't know why. I know they were rude to each other and stuff, but there's some funny stuff in that show. Anyways.
I hear you! See, I can say little lines like that, and she'll just die laughing. She has a visual mind.
Yeah, and I still see him say, I can hear you.
So she pictures the whole scene and then starts giggling because she lives it all out in her head in an instant.
She's out on the sidewalk talking to the neighbor.
It's a little trick of mine that I have on Candy.
Yes. You'll do things like you'll come into a room and start singing a song on purpose to see if I will pick it up. Because I will. I'll start singing it. I'm very suggestible when it comes to you. That is very true, which is you've got me hypnotized. Which leads me into my question. This is what I asked ChatGPT, and this is what it came up with. If we had met today, and I didn't say anything about asking about us, so if we had met just for the first time today, without all the conditioning, the expectations, and the rules that we were taught, do you think we'd still fall for each other?
Yeah. You're pretty damn cute.
I have no makeup on, and my face is just complete. I just washed my hair and everything because I was out in the garden. I was very dirty and nasty. So I look like a
Pretty darn
middle-aged
cute.
lady.
Pretty darn cute.
You think we would still fall for each other? I think
I'd fall for you. You'd be like, eh.
No.
You'd be like, swipe left. See this pop up. Here's your Tinder.
Left or right? Is this right? This is left.
Yeah, we can do that again. Okay.
Swipey, or whichever way is left. Stop it. I think if we went on a blind date and we were there together, I think if you were into me as much as you are into me, I probably would, because I think any woman
You're just
wants
looking for acceptance and love from anything.
No, just the way that you make you.
Just from your upbringing,
Oh
you're
my
looking
God,
for
Dan! No,
acceptance.
outside of the conditions, you want someone who makes you like. I heard somebody say it this way one time, that men they want to be needed. You tell me if you think this is true. And women want to be wanted. I do agree with that latter statement. I want you to want me, not need me. I want you to want me. I saw in a post the other day, some woman was talking about her husband or her boyfriend or something, and she was just talking about how great he is, but he doesn't, he can do all these things. And this one guy goes, yeah, he's just showing you that he doesn't need you. Like, he was trying to insult her, and myself and others were like, he wants her. He doesn't need her. And there's a big difference between those two. Would you agree with the first part of that statement?
No, we want to be needed.
Do you like it when I need you?
Sometimes no.
Okay. Explain yourself.
Sometimes I just don't want to be needed at all. I'm in my own world. I want to stay in my world and not have to worry about being needed.
I'm like, Dan, take care of the pool. No?
Let's see. Maybe I'm in the middle of something at work and then I get the phone call of, the car's doing this now. What do we need?
I don't want to have to go through that either, you know. I hate having to text you those things.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
Because we just need a different car, but whatever.
Yeah, after this weekend, we're going to start looking.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We have to talk about that.
We have talked about that, and
Well,
we decided we were.
I don't know. Anyways, so would you say mostly that's true? Mostly that's not true?
I mean, it's nice to be needed now and then.
Would you
But
rather me say I need you?
The thing with me is I've realized that
I think
the
you used
needed
to
has
want to
been-
be needed.
in my other life areas, work and all that.
Oh, I was going to think about your other life and be like,
My
oh,
other life with the other family and everything else, I'm just never needed, so I compare to be needed. No, like work and stuff like that, I think they need it, but it's assumed that it's just going to be done.
mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I know that they need me to do this and maintain it, and I will.
Well, you're paid
But
to
you
do
never
so.
get the appreciation of being needed.
No, because they just pay you.
Yeah.
The appreciation is money.
Yeah. And so in a lot of other areas of life, that's just kind of the thing. You know, coaches know they can call me up and be like, hey, can we come out and practice tonight? Yeah, I'll figure something out. You know, if I can't do it, I'll get someone else to come out and cover and make sure it's covered. So, you know, and it's, yeah, the appreciation behind it's never there. So the whole need thing has a negative consequence, I think, in my mind of.
Negative connotation, you mean?
Sure. I like that word better. It fits.
So it has a negative connotation, meaning it's got negativity attached to it to you. Like, it's not a positive thing when someone needs you. And I think, though, when you were evangelical, you thought that's what you were supposed to be. And maybe it's a statement of someone who's not awake enough to the idea that to be wanted. I remember having this conversation with you a long time ago. Like, I we need to want each other rather than need each other. Because I was coming to the realization that, and it was kind of maybe the time when I said, just stop trying to be a good husband, even though it's not bad to be a good husband, but I wanted you to stop trying to like.
You wanted it to be authentic.
Yes, I wanted authenticity. I didn't want you to be just doing the things that you thought were like you had to do. I want, and things did shift. I remember your face being like, what the hell? Like, I don't even know how to respond to that.
That's most conversations we have.
Probably true. But
and you're like, what? You have nothing to say? I'm like, I don't know what to say.
But this one, you thought you looked almost like startled, like almost like I'm just ripped the rug right out from underneath you. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do now if I'm not trying to be a good husband? I said, I just want you to be you so that I could see who you really are. And then I could decide whether I want to be with that person still. So, yes, I've even had the thought, like, I don't want to do this because I think it's a silly expense. But if it was just maybe even just a private thing, like just a renewing of that we're very different people than we were when we got married. Very different.
Yeah, I think we both changed a little bit.
Quite a bit, Dan. I mean, we are not the same people at all. So it is kind of interesting to just think like, because originally our love was probably, it probably wasn't love at first either, because it was as much as Christians use the word love, they're not using it in the same way Jesus was using it, because they don't necessarily love their enemies.
Well, that's agape love, and that's only love God can have.
Yeah, it's almost like they act like only God.
Yeah, eros.
So they don't love unconditionally, right?
Oh, definitely not. We saw that in deconstruction.
So even our love for each other, remember, you had to become a certain type of Christian for me to love you.
And they would say they still have love for us. It's just a tough love now. They want things to be tough, so we come back and realize the faults.
That's a kind of love. Is like a shunning is a tough love.
Yeah.
Right? That's really what they use it for. But it's like when we got married, it was a conditional love in a way. Like you had to be an evangelical, or I wouldn't have used the word evangelical, but you had to be the type of Christian that I was, right?
I had to be a real Christian, not a Catholic.
Yeah, not a Catholic. Basically, you couldn't be a Catholic. You had to call yourself a Christian, but not a Catholic Christian. I've even heard Catholics use the word Christian as though they're not Christian. They would be like, I was talking to a Christian, and they're referring to something that's not Catholic, which is interesting. So that's even gotten picked up there, but I lost my train of thought.
Your train's got weird tracks.
I know, but that's perimenopause. It's just kind of like I see so many posts on perimenopause. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just thinking like, would we have? We just got married under different understandings and we had different visions.
Yeah.
And life isn't what we thought. Yeah. It's been in some ways much harder, in some ways it's much deeper. Like our relationship has definitely grown, but it's because we've gone through these challenges and we've grown together. And what happens in a lot of relationships, this is why a lot of people who deconstruct, one doesn't, it's very difficult as you're growing, and if the other person doesn't grow with you. They don't necessarily have to deconstruct, though it is likely that they will. Now, deconstruct doesn't, I'm not saying like deconstruct leads you away from Christianity all the time. I'm just saying what deconstruction to me is taking the beliefs that you have and deconstructing them. Why do I believe this? Where is this belief coming from? Is it something I really believe in? People will say, God said it, and so I believe it, and that's all there is. Well, then you ask yourself, did God really say that, or did your pastor say that? But then, you know what verse they'll use. Did God really say? What verse will they say when you say that to them? the devil said it, or the serpent in the Garden of Eden. Did God really say that you will surely die, or blah, blah, blah? No, he knows this. And so they'll say, if anybody says that to you, I've even heard this type of teaching. If someone says to you, did God really say that? Or was that your pastor? Or is that your dad saying that? Is that really the interpretation of it? That's Satan getting in your ear. So don't listen to them. So they'll just shut it out and move on. It's a good little trick that they've put in there so people don't allow any questioning. Yeah. But we just got together, maybe not on your end so much, but definitely on my end. Like, there was a lot of, like, had you not been that type of Christian, we wouldn't have been able to get married. And had you kept swearing, because you used to swear, and then it was like, you can't swear anymore. But then we had times where those things would come up, and then we just talked through them, and we still stuck it out. So I don't know. It's just, we didn't get married for the same reasons we would get married if we were to find each other today and we hadn't known each other. But I still think we'd be attracted to each other. I think we were attracted to each other. There was just like a chemistry that, people you can't tell who you're going to be. You really can't control who you're attracted to. You can control what you do with that attraction, but you can't really control who you're attracted to. Even people who are attracted to people they shouldn't be attracted to, that's some sort of thing that's been stunted in childhood probably. But what you do with that makes a big difference, obviously. But I think we would still be attracted to you. I think your humor would draw me in.
Yes.
But you also just, like I always say, like, Dan adores me. That's what I'll say to people. Because you do. Which is you treat me in ways that a lot of guys do not treat their wives. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Stop it.
You have lots to
I think part of it is, I will take some credit for it because I've kind of, in some ways, I've taught you what is expected.
Yeah, you've molded what you wanted. You're like, this is what you need to be. All right?
But you know what? You get good out of the relationship too.
I do.
So just stop your belly aching.
Not belly aching. Just saying, you molded me into what you wanted.
And you molded me into what you wanted. We both shaped ourselves our own. Stop it. We shaped ourselves. We became more authentic.
Yeah.
But in that, when you allow somebody to become more authentic, then you can decide whether you like them or not. A lot of people don't want to do that because they feel like they're going to lose that person then.
Yeah. We were fair in that in deconstruction. Yeah. That's why we didn't come to each other for a little while, because we thought, this is going to be the end.
Yeah.
But it ended up being the beginning. It was the beginning of a beautiful thing. A blossoming fledgling relationship.
What are you reminding me of right now?
No idea.
I can't remember.
That happens with you.
I know it does. Sorry.
It does. So, yeah, I think, I don't know, blind date, we'd probably hit it off. Then you'd be getting real handsy, and I'd be like, not on the first date.
Man. Oh, please, whatever.
I'm saving myself for marriage.
Hey, that's a question. Do people who have been married once, let's say their spouse dies, do they wait until they're married again?
You know people in that situation, and they did not wait until they were married again.
But I know some people who did.
They tasted the forbidden fruit and enjoyed it too much.
Yeah, but I know other people who have done it that way. Like, is that what you're supposed to do in Christian world? Like, since you're not a virgin anymore, does it even matter?
Well, you're technically re-virginized at the death of your spouse.
Okay, what if you get divorced?
Well, if it's officially recognized
you're
by
supposed
the church,
to go back to your old. Unless you
the pastor comes up to your crotch and is like, you are reestablished again. You're pure and clean virgin territory. But I've had 4 kids.
Oh, God.
Yes, but your hymen's been restored.
Okay, the hymen's not supposed to get rip. That was a myth. It's something that can stretch. You need to learn the female anatomy, all right?
Well, why don't you teach me?
No, oh God. Okay, we're done. We're done with this episode, please. Dear
It's
God,
getting
don't.
inappropriate in a hurry.
On your end, you're the one that's taking it there. Stop.
That's not just sunburn in her cheeks right now, folks. That's pure embarrassment.
Just snorted right into the microphone.
That's staying on.
Oh God.
Maybe a little pig sticker shows up on the top there.
Do not put a pig nose on me.
Not on you. There'll be a little piggy on the side of your head.
Where? Right here?
Yeah.
Put him in my hand.
It's a little late for that. You got to snort again. Oh, jeez.
All right. We're done.
Okay. Yes, we're done. All right. Thanks for following and listening. Remember, go to our website, dannycan.com. Check it out. It's got everything on there, Drop Stones related. And it's got everything on there. Candy's business enterprises, her hypnotherapy, her blog, her Substack. Subscribe to her Substack. She'd appreciate that greatly. So go check out the website, dannycan.com. We'd appreciate it. And then also go to up on top here, 5 stars. And you'll realize that the love of your life will always be the love of your life, even if you just meet today. 4 stars and you're going to be in trouble.
Dan, stop. Stop trying to put out weird prophecies that you're not a prophet, okay?
I'm a prophet. God spoke to me. He revealed himself. I was in taking
Not this again.
I was in taking a shit. I blacked out for a second. Came to and God was
not
standing
this.
there.
I'm going to tell you it wasn't God, okay?
Came to and God was standing right in front of me. You know, his heavenly host.
You're just sitting right across from you. Hey, Dan. How you doing? I got something to tell you.
It happened.
It didn't.
Clear as a day. But then I saw Jesus in our dog's
Stop.
ass.
Stop.
Our dog's butt looked like Jesus.
Okay. This has gone way downhill. It is time to get off. Dear God.
5 stars, please. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. We'd appreciate that. And you all have a blessed weekend. Bye.
Bye.
More.